All right. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Okay. One sec. Just load this up. I swear I could monitor myself last time. Okay, so we added some more code last time. And I don't think it was great code. So let's see what we have here. And we still have to fix a few broken params, which frankly is what we should do first. So, yeah, let's take a look. All right. All right, so we have our circle, we draw it. Drawing looks good. We're filling it blue. Then we're calling the fill. We're defining the stroke. Then we're calling the stroke as well. And then here is our actual function for get control values. This is what we have to figure out what we're doing with. So the difference in x equals x minus canvas width, right? That feels right. Let's just look at what canvas width is, right? I guess it's just the width of the entire thing, huh? And then same goes for canvas height, right? We have y. Let's see where x and y are defined. I guess they're just passed in as params. Normalize the distance by the radius of the circle. So normalizing the distance. Let's think about this. So, okay, this is just confirming that it works, right? So at the end of the day, control x is always going to be this difference versus the radius of the circle. And then the same goes for y too. So just on the y-axis. Now we're going to clamp this control. This is a little confusing to me. It's like math and math, but it's basically making sure it stays within the range -1 and 1. And then we are returning these values. Okay, so that all makes sense here. Now what's going on with this event listener? Okay, so we do mouse down. That's defining an event. Now I'm not getting anything. There we go. Okay, we kind of have this like on-off thing going on here, so we'll have to figure that out. Let's inspect this just so we know. Oh, so many friggin' errors in this horrible thing. Okay. Param value not defined. Let's see where that is in our code. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so param value isn't defined. Okay, that's because we haven't defined x and y. So we're kind of getting two values back. And we could assign these values to whatever we want. I guess we're doing that in our code since we're hard coding it. Let's make this y. Why the fuck not? So let's refresh. And okay, so whatever. At least it's controlling it. We're not going to get that same error in the console. We can look at our console and make sure. We'll get a whole bunch of other errors, I'm sure. Okay. Cannot read property slider. So this is still, we have to fix this later. We're not going to worry about that right now. That's why we're only able to control some of these parameters and not all of them, right? By interacting with them. So we need to fix that. That's like kind of the most important thing, but let's see if we can get some better interaction first. Okay. So we're scaling the value to, and let's like open up our JSON too, which is kind of showing us what all these values are initiated at. So we know the range, right? And that could help define what we want to get. So because it's between -1 and 1, I think multiplying by the range is totally fine. Also depends on the number of steps. So let's look at base frequency, right? So the number is 20 to 2000, 22,100. And yeah, I'm actually curious how many steps. I guess we have all these steps, right? So let's see here. Is it going to be way too granular? Yeah, we don't have steps defined here. And again, I think we found this was maybe the issue with this code, that we have to re-export it again, as much as that scares me. So this may not be accurate for a little bit, but I guess we could still play with the volume. So let's just worry about that right now. Okay, so clearly it's not covering the entire radius when I click. I wonder if it's not working because I'm turning to a flow too early. Let's make sure all this code kind of adds up. Song is so good. Okay, so that's not clamped yet, so that'll clamp it. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta do autoplay. Yeah, that's hilarious. I know, like audio on the web is such a responsibility. Like nothing is worse than like like hearing a song or a video. That is yeah, good user feedback. Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm working on a granular synth. I can show you right now. It's a little broken at the moment. Um, and you could see we're kind of fucking with the circle radius right now, but essentially I want this to be like an XY pad in the circle shape. And let me mute this for a second. We should be able to hear it right now. Yeah, so you can kind of get the idea. And right now it's like play on show and hide. So it's pretty simple, but that's just what I want. So I'm working on a portfolio for my website, and this is made using a technology called Rainbow, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you've used Max MSP before, but basically you can write all this code in like a graphical programming language, like node based, like Unreal or something like that. It's kind of like an audio equivalent, although you can do cool audio stuff in Unreal too. And if you're a Max head, stop me now. But anyway, so it's cool. It's this technology called Rainbow. And then what you can do is actually target all these different exports. So if we like open up a subpatch, we can open this export bar and we could export it to C++. We can do a web export, which obviously gives us JavaScript. We're not seeing it right now, but you can also like export to Raspberry Pi if you want to like make your own synthesizer that actually is embedded in hardware. So it's super cool, and I love Max. Yeah, see, I know that's what it kind of it's pretty opinionated, right? So I started with Max in I don't know, 2015. So I've been using it for a long, long time. Not that I'm super great on it, I'm doing it in my spare time, etc. But it's really hard to move from one to the other. But what I'm realizing getting into more like script-based, text-based coding, like in the last couple of years, there's some things that are just like way easier, like naming variables or like testing out different values. But I love Max, and if you are curious about a node thing, one of the beautiful things about this too is that it has text editors in here, so you can incorporate regular scripts too. I guess that's like Unreal and Unity as well, but you can kind of do a hybrid approach. But this stuff is like for museums, um, like installation pieces, sound art, and you can do graphics in here too. It's pretty powerful stuff. Oh yeah, totally. I get lost, and I'm like not that organized, so I get lost in the sauce like so often with it. Um, this is the patch they give you. It's quite neat, but real quick, you could have, patches like kind of overlapping, and that just made a little infinite loop is why it turned orange, I think, or maybe that value doesn't connect. But yeah, obviously things can get real ugly real quick. It's funny seeing like one of the cool things they've added was it seems so small, but you could show object over patch cord connection and actually sends the patch cords to the back. So they try to make it better. And so there's many cool things about Max, but I get you on the tech side. What kind of web stuff are you doing? Are you doing like web dev, backend stuff? And I love how we just have the drone going here. Oh, it's looking very ugly right now. Um, yeah, so I've been cheating is a weird word, but I've been using a lot of Copilot, which is great because a lot of the stuff I really am not that familiar with. But it's funny what it gives you, and I feel like I spend just as much time like editing it. Although for things like generating circles and stuff like that, it's pretty cool how quickly it spits out usable-ish code. Oh, cool. Okay. So I don't know any WordPress. Excuse me, wrong thing. I don't know any PHP typically, although I am doing a headless WordPress project right now for my personal site. So I'm dabbling in your world a little bit, but that's awesome. You're using TypeScript and Vue, like modern modern frameworks like that. I haven't really messed with either of those in such a big way, but I know like it's like the most powerful form of JavaScript. I know it's different, and maybe you could tell me why it's different. But what kind of project are you doing with that? So I guess we're drawing this circle again. I just feel like the circle it drew is so funky. Let's see if we actually have that code. Oh, type safe. Okay, so you're actually calling something like a Boolean or a floating value or an integer or something like that. Is that the only difference? That makes me feel way less intimidated. That's kind of the funny thing. Even Max, like that scripting language, it's not strongly typed, but there are benefits and you can strongly type stuff in there in terms of like obviously defining ranges for a parameter could be quite important. I mean, all this stuff is interesting for that because, you know, do we want float values or do we want sorry for almost deafening you, or do we want integers like based on these boxes? So musical instruments, things like sliders and like touch, I really love because it's so sensitive, right? You could have a deafening sound like you just heard if your ranging is bad or scaling is bad. Caveat, not great at it, but I love how important that is, and that could give you an entirely different sound. It's like an art form, just scaling synthesizers. Cool. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna dive in more then. That makes me feel better about it. I've always been really, you see TSX, I'm like, whoa, my God. I guess from the React side. But yeah, I'm sure I'd mess that up, but that would probably make me a better developer. JavaScript, you get pretty damn lazy just putting in these random values. So the circle has become like a horrible, I just kind of want to undo, although I calculate the center and radius of the circle. Like, what did we change? Oh my God, it's a circle and a circle. There we go. That looks a little better. Cool. Okay, here, let's pop it up real quick. Oh, this looks cool. That's awesome. I'm curious about some of the back end stuff you're doing on here. Not to sound ignorant, but what is Parsec? Oh, is that the game? How are you doing the login stuff? And I'm selfishly asking you some of these questions. Oh, cool. Okay, nice. Yeah, yeah. Proof of stake MVP. That's awesome. That you're doing that. I think it's a cool idea too. I'm like, yeah, I'm a gamer too, and kind of it's hard to hop into a random Discord and matchmake. Um, Not to get too sidetracked, but like, okay, you have this login stuff, which looks great. Um, are you using CAPTCHA? How are you like doing registering stuff? Because I'm trying to figure that out myself. Oh, cool. That makes sense. Um, yeah, I want to do something too where I want to start bringing on devs to kind of talk about their work. So, okay, Laravel, which I keep hearing about. Let's see that. Okay. Oh, PHP framework for web artisans. Interesting. I love them like shouting out artists a little bit. Although this is kind of a bold claim or whatever, but um do you think I should learn PHP? You think it's pretty necessary? My backend stuff is shit. My front end stuff is shit, but we're trying here. Oh, this looks good though. It's nice and dynamic. And now tell me, what is this loading bar? I've asked you like 100 questions too, but what is this loading bar doing too? Oh, cool. Okay, so that's constantly going. Easier to create complex backend stuff because it simplifies relationships between database tables. Cool. Cool. I'm still like, I'm still such a noob. So I'll look into this more, and that could be a good way to like dive into the PHP side of things as well. So I will. Okay, this is nothing is saved here. I'm gonna go non-docs mode. I'm gonna save some of these links, including your site. I'm excited to check it out more. All right, we're back. We're back. What games do you play yourself? What anything you enjoy at the moment? All the interactions feel good though. Button clicks and search bar, things like that. This kind of zoom enhance. That is all looking good. And then yeah, tell me real quick too for your login what you're using for verification and stuff. Sorry, now I'm asking the questions here. Cool. See, I love that. Like backend is one of those things, and that this is a weird thing for me to say, and maybe a hot take or something. But I just feel like AI better make this easier, right? Like backend in terms of just categorizing and tagging, and obviously there's ways to make it super efficient and performant. And I'm speaking from a pretty ignorant perspective, so I realize that. But stuff like you're mentioning where it just knows what a user is, like let's think about it. What are like the things we're typically querying? User information, user relationships, items purchased. Like yes, there are a lot of things that can be in the back end, but what 80% of us are probably using in web dev, like we're probably queuing pretty similar things up. So that sounds really cool that they take care of some of that for you. I did GraphQL on my personal site, and what you're looking at there is a Vue front end that communicates with the API. Okay, so you're using a Vue front end, and Vue is like a version of React, right? Or is Vue a competitor? Maybe those are the big two, Vue and React, right? Very cool, though, you're doing that. Let me show you. It's going to look like kind of not great right now, but I know you're doing WordPress stuff. So again, nothing crazy, but working on my personal site right now. And this is, and it doesn't look like everything's loading, but this is WordPress hosted GraphQL backend and then React front end. So headless WordPress. But it's where the work is. Okay, that's cool to know because all I know is WordPress. Before I had the vaguest idea about web design, that's where I had my personal website, which was obviously dog shit. But that makes me feel better that it's still being used quite often. Now, are you using headless WordPress? Because they don't make it super easy to use the front end. Use a different front end, right? And I found someone's template. Again, I'm a noob, you know, but it felt very hard for me to figure that out. Are my gradients working? Maybe. I'm not sure. So basically, I want to embed this synth on the site, maybe in this like kind of doomy circle. And there is a gradient. I don't know what's going on with it right now, but we can look at that code later maybe, but also, are gradients still in? Am I like, well, I'm getting old, but I'm like trying to think like what's 2024 design principles? Oh, cool. So yeah, I'd be curious about that work, Mickey. So are you going into like the admin or something like that? Is it like a lot of work in there? How do you like that job? And is there's a lot of work in it? Do you want to go more under the hood? I mean, it sounds like you know how to go under the hood. It's just like, is that what they're hiring you for right now? And like, do you feel compelled to like learn Squarespace too or anything like that? Or all your interactions are great though. Everything is like, so what I'm looking for, like interactive, like look, like all your icons, and that's what I need to kind of like step up to, right? You want everything to kind of have that gleam. And then for this one, I'm using Vite. Do you use Vite at all? Although I'll have to, I think I'm using like Create React app for the WordPress site, which is where this will end up. This is more just like a proof of this weird concept. Oh, you're using Vite. Hell yeah. Okay, nice. Look nice and modern. Let's go. So let's look at what Arc does real quick. I guess this doesn't have an MDN connection. This is using Canvas to do the drawing. So let's just look at this. Horizontal coordinate of the arc center. I'm just like, I'm bad at math, you know? I feel like that's what I really need to hone in on, and many other things, but I wish this was a little simpler. So let's maybe take a look at it though. Okay, so we have the center, which is, this is just the center point of the circle, right? Center of X, center of Y. So we have the center point, then apparently it's going to draw a radius, right? The arc's radius must be positive, and we're just passing this in. Let's like try 100. So that kind of makes sense. And then start angle, the angle at which the arc starts in radians, measured from the positive x-axis. So, okay. Cool. Okay, so it starts at 0. End angle is 2 times math times pi. So if I do math times pi, let's just do 1 time. I mean, that's redundant, but this will maybe draw me a half circle. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Half circle. Okay, maybe we do get math. Okay, there's our full circle. Kind of shite looking. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you're using like the modern framework stuff. It's cool that it's like, yeah, you know, that's what it seems like you got to know these right now. I hate it. It's just like I would go take a math class. This is kind of a cop out. I'm sure you could learn. I don't know. Would you go do that? Would you go on like Coursera or Lynda or whatever the UK equivalent is and like take a math class? I wish like work would just pay for that or something. Not that I'm a professional programmer because I do not get paid to do that, but I feel like I'm bad at math, and now that I have discipline for the first time in my life, or you know, as an adult, right, I could do it. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad we're in the same boat. But like, I'm down to learn it. I just need, I don't know, I got to take a class or something. All right, so 90 pixels. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of though, it's like use your tools. And that's interesting you're using Copilot. So I finally jumped on and it's like it's invaluable now, it really is. And it's only going to get better. And it's like hopefully one day I could just do like draw me a circle with 100 radius with 3-dimensional using spline and allow me to have the user interact with it with 3 dimensions of touch or something. I don't know. I'm talking bullshit, but okay. That's interesting. Um, what do you think about like locally hosted AI? I know NVIDIA now has this. I haven't done the beta yet. I will. I meant to do it like today. Uh, but yeah, how about like locally hosted? What's the word I'm looking for? Algorithms. What do they call them? What do they call the machine learning scripts again? Do you do independent work? Do you have like a freelance business? Okay, so our radius is okay. Well, that'll be fine for now. Okay, we're assigning this and we're putting into a range of -1 and 1. And let's just and now we have our event listener, right? Where's client X go? Where's this defined? What the hell? I didn't think about that too, right? Until this is like this weird. I mean, how are they going to clear that up, right? Like, do they have to admit what they trained on initially? It's like there's so much IP was just like taken off of people on GitHub, and I know they had some consent, whether we knew we were giving consent or not, for having like GitHub accounts. Oh, and private repositories. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, are they in man? But what's going to happen? Are they going to get sued to hell and then someone will come up with a new kind of training repository or yeah, it's very interesting to think about that. Um yeah, I feel like there's going to be some huge leaks at some point and the lawsuits are going to go wild. But the thing is, they're slowly getting enough money where it seems like they're just going to start to really try to pay people off. Um, what comes to mind from the music side is something like Spotify too, where it's like, yeah, it doesn't feel like they're giving you enough money for your streams, but the um, the momentum of being like, oh, ChatGPT, this is a definitive service now. We're all using it. We have no choice but to take maybe less money than we thought we'd get because everyone is using it. So I wonder if they'll like do something like that. Yeah, totally. Totally, totally, totally. Yeah, it's here to stay. It's fucking amazing. I mean, I think folks like you and I like kind of get it first. We see how powerful it is. Obviously, people see that, at their free accounts at ChatGPT too, asking it, becoming like a search replacement. I have a fear, not a fear. I think it's very cool, but I mean, I feel like, and Gemini gave an example of this, but that they're basically gonna like replace web pages, right? Like getting a huge chunk of chat from ChatGPT right now or Copilot, right, isn't really awesome. I mean, it's great we have this kind of like text embedding, but eventually you think they'll give us like a pretty well formatted website. Like, are there going to be static websites? Or are you going to give your business information to a product like ChatGPT? Or is there going to be like a more artist led one? Like, you want a bespoke, like, clothing or merchandise web shop. Maybe you go to the design company that has their own model that really does great mock-ups there. And now when anyone goes into an aggregate of AI databases or whatever and searches your small business, does that generate a website on the fly? And what does that mean for like developers, right? That yeah, that's a little scary. I mean, it's not scary. It's good, right? Like as technologists, we can't deny technology, but I wonder that where that puts people who create this stuff. I don't know if you do you have concerns about that? Okay. So this is part of the mouse event, right? So I guess it's like a reserved word and sorry this code is looking pretty weird. Um and this is kind of this is a funny thing to me and maybe it's the only way. So basically this is going let rectangle get bounding client rec. So I guess this is defining the space in which our circle lives. Now the question is, and I was thinking about this earlier, like why is it a rectangle, right? Should I not be able to define different shapes in here? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the generating services, right? Because what do they have? They have all this intellectual property on like templating. And I know there's a few things that template on the fly. I do wonder though, it's like, yeah, anyway, it's a different version of this, right? It's just going to generate an awesome website for you on the fly with everything you need. And again, like going back to that backend thing, there's edge case websites and like interactive web apps, but like 80% are like point of sale, information about your business. Like, it's not like reinventing the wheel. You just like want to look at a restaurant menu. And that's 80% of websites probably. Yeah, so that's weird. So it's like freelancers go obsolete. Like, what can they learn that makes them that would still give them a job? Maybe, and that's something I should be thinking about. I don't know if you should be thinking about it or not, but it's like, what makes us unique now with these technical skill sets? Prompt engineer, that's kind of depressing, but maybe that's life. And then yeah, concept artist, right? Like any mock-up, yeah, that job's gonna change permanently, right? I think it's really just like we're all going to have to do a bunch more things, right? So it's like, what if we don't only code? Mind you, I don't code full time, like it sounds like you do. Um, but it's like, do we have to code and then do social media? And then, yeah, I guess a lot of testing and iterating probably. You're right. You're right. It's like that human input. And, we know what this means, right? I mean, maybe we don't. Maybe I don't immediately, but I know like how to look this up, and yeah, it took a few years to probably feel comfortable with. The question is like, will pay stay at the same level if it's easier to do as well? I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting depressing here, but the same probably goes for many jobs. And at the end of the day, it's like if we're all coding with AI, the person with the best website is still gonna win, or like the best application, right? So even if they're all much better, there's still going to be one that's better than most of the others that are all better. So, you know, they'll just make a new reality. Yeah. Do you like Copilot? Have you tried Anthropic or Llama or any of the open source ones? Okay, so this is a square. Get bounding client. The element get bounding. I should just ask GPT this. Why am I even looking at the MDN? Oh, I guess they have AI too now. I ain't paying for it though. Sorry, MDN. I should. You're great, but um, let me console log this just out of curiosity. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome, right? You're using all these modern frameworks. It looks great. And it just, man, I feel like so much of coding, right, is just like, oh, I don't know where to find the simple name of this function or method that would allow me to do my thing. And Copilot like gives you a place to start, which that friction of just being like, oh, let me go to Stack Overflow and look through this poorly formatted website and hope for the best on a Google search that's been progressively getting worse and worse. Um, it feels pretty revelatory. Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? Like you know how powerful this is. It's like we had like the web jam. Oh, it does. Okay, so interesting because you know what? All these apps now are made with JavaScript, right? So probably scraped the most information from that versus these more kind of like robust languages that maybe there's just like less tutorials on and things like that. Okay, let me refresh this because I think this has changed size here. So DOM rect, I don't know why it says 200 by 200. I assume this is just the pixel amount. There we go. That's kind of cool. Okay, that's a little more readable here. Um, okay, so this is giving me information on mouse down. Let's see if we can get a little more information here. So when I click, it's just giving me information about the space it makes. Now the interesting thing is, I don't think the height and width value are correct, right? So let's see if it actually updates or is static. So let me change the radius up here to like 45. Refresh. See? The shape is incorrect. Why are we getting these different width and height areas? So we need to make sure, we need to see what's going on there. Okay. That makes sense. See, this is like I gotta get into that the C++, and it's cool you're doing TypeScript and the strongly typed stuff. Memory allocation is wild. I know, I just don't know about it. Um, that's interesting though that it's a created decision. Yeah, I guess you're kind of deciding how to allocate it depending on your app, versus just regurgitating random values in a function. Random is maybe I should be a little more generous than random, but slightly better than random values. Yeah, just like blowing stuff up on you. Okay, so I feel like because this DOM rect, let's see what this is referencing. sorry, I'm rocking out here. Okay, so this is giving us get document by ID is equal to canvas. CTX is getting a 2D context from this. So let's go to rec again. Should this be CTX? Let's do that again. And I fucking broke it. Oh, maybe not. It's looking pretty broken though. That's cool though. It's awesome. It's like it really is like having a teacher that's sometimes wrong, right? It's like having someone who's like taken like a class or two ahead of you, give you like tips, and you're like, okay, yeah, most of this I didn't know. Thank you. This doesn't seem perfect, but you know, you've gotten me some of the way there. Maybe that's like a good analogy. But it's cool. You can reverse engineer stuff with it, right? Versus like, okay, I got to jump into all this documentation. So that definitely just broke everything. Let me undo that. I think I blew it up. I don't know what's going on here. I was also, should not have been using that. Okay, let's try this again. Cool. All right, let's inspect it. Maybe it's okay. Not a function. All right. Be a little nicer when you say that. Why isn't this a function? Okay. Maybe it says. Oh yeah, right. It's like it's a couple years old, right? All right, let's mute that up. Oh, what is Tari? I'm curious about that. Oh yeah, 2021. Like that's kind of a lifetime. It's crazy. It has some of the stuff that it does have, right? But yeah, they need to yeah, let's get GPT-5 out. And is GPT-4 updated? I also kind of resent that most of the time it looks like Copilot is using GPT 3.5, which is maybe a question for you. I used to be able to look in down here in my console. Oh, here we go. There we go. Output. Let's see. What version is it using? Okay. GPT-4 this time, thank gosh. But like I see, there we go. 3.5. Come on. Give me the latest here. Cool. What is now? Are you doing that in TypeScript as well? I love the idea of just being able to port stuff over. That's really cool if you're able to do it there too. All right, let's ask Copilot. Okay, wrong one. Not that. We need to find the rec. Where's rec? Yeah, we got to clean this damn code up a little bit. Some of these comments out of here. But anyway, rec. Okay, where's rec at? Let's explain this line, please. So it is a framework for making cross-platform apps. And then that's why you learned Vue and Vite, because it took me through a setup guide on a setup and a suggested view. Oh, nice. And then encourage a TypeScript as well. Okay. That's cool. I would love, like, cross-platform feels awesome, right? Like, that's, I'd love to do dedicated apps. Cool. Okay. I'm saving your site. I'm going to not get docs for a second. I'll be back in literally 1 second. Okay. We're back. Okay, let's see. What model did we use? Come on. Give me the good stuff. We're paying for this. I never want to see 3.5 turbo again. It's annoying. Put us on 4, please. We're paying customers. My trial just ended. Oh, it's not. Why are you using it? Is it just, does it offer you like something unique? That's cool. I'm glad TypeScript is so ubiquitous. I mean, it does feel like JavaScript, TypeScript, like it's all here to stay until it's just generated binary from our AI companions. Okay, so did we get an explanation for this line? Okay, so this is what we want to figure out. The line of JavaScript code is called getBoundingClientRect on the canvas. This method returns a DOM-rect object providing information about the size and element and its position relative to the viewport, such as left, top, right, bottom, width, and height. Sorry. Electron? No. No. I know. I'm obviously got a bunch of sins here. There's an amazing electronic instrument company with a K. I have a bunch of their stuff, which I love. But I'm sure you are not talking about this one in this case, although their stuff's awesome. I think they have a pretty inspiring website. Some interesting kind of design decisions. It's nothing so crazy, but I like these little like 8-bit icons and stuff like that. But let me look up the other electron. What is that? Oh, okay, nice. So why did you choose Tori over electron? Oh, okay. It's a little lighter weight. That's cool, and I'm sure the documentation will come with that too. Um, nice. Well, I'll check that out as well. That's really cool, just being able to convert this stuff back to applications, standalone applications. Interoperability seems super important. That's just cool to have an app, right? Obviously, Discord's done pretty well with that. Okay, so it returns the dimensions as it's currently rendered on the page. So what is our last definition for canvas? So it's the thing with the ID circle control. So where are we defining circle control? Are you going to stick with WebRTC? You were maybe talking about a different tech you were going to change out. Okay, let me just look this up real quick. Let's just take a look, and then we got to figure out how to get that shape. Oh, it seems like people use it with. Cool. All right, it does quite a bit, right? Video, voice, generic data. Do you have to pay for this to use this technology? Cool. Okay. Yeah. That's nice to know. I know it feels weird when it's just contained into something like Chromium, right? Well, that's awesome. It's free too. Oh, is this from Google? Actually, it kind of looks like Google's design. That's kind of cool, though. They are the Chromium company, and they're letting you use something like this, and it's open source. Very cool. Oh, okay. Well, that's less cool. That is less cool of them. Oh, they did it for Stadia. Oh man, the dream that never came. Have you tried like Nvidia now? Has anyone tried the Nvidia version? It feels like maybe some people are using that. Or do you think Nvidia is just going to abandon that ship and be like, forget about the gamers, we're just doing AI now? I'm sure there's cool consequences for other things with that as well, but still. Rip that. And what was the Amazon one? Luna, something like that. I forget what Amazon's version was called. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, it does one thing. It does one thing well. There you go. I tried Moonlight for a little bit. It's just not there yet. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know. I don't know if you tried Moonlight. I'll check out Parsec though. That sounds cool. It's cool. They're part of your community too. Okay, so we have to figure out why the hell this circle is giving us different values. And I think that's why our X and Y value is off when we actually click on this thing. Right? Let's inspect that again. If anyone can help me with this, that would be awesome. But we have our circle, we click on it, we're always getting these same dimensions back despite having a different radius size. So drawing a different size circle, right? We increase the radius to 80. Right, it's bigger, but we're still getting these same dimensions. So something's going on here. And that's why, sorry about the deafening sound there. I got way too liberal with that. So we got to figure out why, despite changing the radius or the circle size, we're getting the same control parameter. Excuse me, here. Smash. So is that the current app you're working on, or is this a different one? Oh, Smash Soda. Okay, so this is part of this like ecosystem you have. That's cool. Okay, so let's console log these values again. Okay, so we should see these X and Y values on click, right? Yeah, so clearly these ranges are not accurate, right? We hit our limits quite quickly. And frankly, I wonder where there's no positive numbers here, right? Why are these ranges stuck between this -1 and 1? And I'm clicking outside of the circle, and that has different values as well. So we need to figure out what's going on with this bounding rectangle. Oh, so that was built on top of that. Yeah, share information on that. Well, even though that sounds like more of a technology, did you host it or? Cool. Well, congrats on that. That's awesome. You like built on this project and it really grew. Cool. So you're also going to have somewhat of a built-in user base for your dedicated website as well. Was Parsec open source? And let me shut this off for one. It won't mute. Oh God, sorry. It won't mute. Let's hide it. And it still won't mute. Maybe I have another one up, which I definitely do. Okay. That's what you get with my stream. Occasionally some deafening sounds here. Okay. Let's mute. Let's shut that up for just a second here. Yeah, so our control values are weird, right? So this is, okay. So we have this function. It's just like console log. Okay, so it actually is 200 by 200. Oh, that's cool. That feels like a fair enough trade-off. And then you can build like your new tech on it too. Sorry, that's going on. That's cool. I love that you're doing that tech. I mean, you could have your own streaming service, right? There's a lot of possibilities with that. Which is like you're doing a version of, right? Okay, so excuse this weird output, but 200 is that original size. Now, where am I defining this canvas size? Okay, so we want this canvas size to be smaller. It should match the dimensions of this circle, right? Okay. Cool. So we didn't really set the size. So canvas, okay. I guess I'm not letting anything here. We're just redefining the values. So, okay, the radius is 80. So what does that mean? So it means the entire width is 160, right? The entire height is 162. Radius times 2. We could be smarter about this, right? Okay, let's save that. Let's, oh, we broke the code. Let's see what we did here. So Parsec didn't really like Smash Soda because they got a lot of people coming into their official Discord asking how to get Smash Soda. So now Parsec links a build guide I have on my website. The mods in the server get quite cross with Smash Soda questions. We don't make Smash Soda. Oh, okay. Because they think it's part of it. But that's awesome. I mean, you're giving people something they need, which is like what we all kind of want from developing, right? And that's how we come up with the best projects, right? I want to make this better. This is almost what I want it to be. And this is how we make this thing better. Oh, I got you. I wonder why they shut that down. That's quite interesting. It's cool they got bought by Unity. I wonder what, yeah, I wonder what cool stuff they have in the works because of that. Okay, so what did we do? The code is, something is not compiling. Let's refresh, show more. Cannot access radius before initialization. Fair enough. Let's do that. Are you going to give me that same error? All right, let's refresh. Okay, now it should be initialized. Come on. Oh, I thought I updated it. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Will this fix it? Let's try that. There we go. We're back. We're back, baby. Our circle is kind of messed up right now, though. Look at this ugly thing. Now, I felt like we had it smaller last time. Yeah, we have some more research to do here for sure. Okay, because you said you could co-stream, so you could watch together, so people just like do kind of like unlicensed movie watching stuff like that. If you make it gaming only, is that possible, or were there like gaming copyright infringement things going on there too? Cool. Well, let's inspect. Hopefully this updates, and it does. We have the new width and height, which is cool, right? That actually matches it. And then if we change the radius to say 100, sure. I'm literally letting it take the reins. But we see it kind of getting you know, it's getting kind of smudged up here. So top and bottom. So I think we can do, you know, we could probably define all this too, right? Will this even render? Did it not listen to me? No way I need semicolons there, but I'll do it. Let's ask G Copilot, sorry. Oh. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Avoid the lawsuits. I guess it's like anything that's publicly shared. Can you do like a verified games list or something like that? I know that kind of defeats the purpose. Maybe people would be annoyed by that. Um, cool. So this is kind of a version of your of what will be Soda Arcade. This looks awesome though. That, you know what? I mean, that it's like it's not a good problem to have, but it's kind of a good problem, right? Like if you get the attention of some people, obviously you don't want that to kind of cap your growth, you know, if it happens too early and you get too much bad attention. But you know, you can let it happen organically for a little bit, it seems like. Interesting. These are read only. You can't write them. God, look at the, I mean, right? Kind of genius. Like, there's no denying AI here. I love this. These lines set the width and height of the canvas to be twice that of the radius. This makes the canvas just large enough to fit the circle. It's exactly like just to, you know, kind of pull out this exact thought that I was thinking about as I was doing it. It's pretty cool. So these don't do shoot. I don't really understand them. These lines are trying to set the top and bottom position of the canvas. You typically use CSS to position the canvas. All right. All right. Let's play. Let's play. So, what's going on here? So are we calling canvas here? I'm so dumb. This is where we're defining our canvas. So let's make some truly ugly code here and just do a few line breaks and just see if our circle will render fully, which it won't. It's still getting cut the hell off. So let's not define the width and height here. Let's just have that happen in our other code. Show more. Why am I getting these damn shapes? Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're offering a service. They're the ones kind of misusing it, right? You can go to Facebook and load up some videos that no one in the world should ever see, but until they're moderated, they're on there, right? And that happens every day on YouTube, Snapchat, whatever platform. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Like, it feels like magic. It feels like magic. Um, all right, let's see what it can do here. Why isn't my circle rendering properly? Okay, buddy. Okay, let's put on some of this God tone. I'll be right back. We'll get some different sounds going. We've listened to this Jalen album like 3 times in a row, although I think it's crazy and so good. But all right, we're just trying to get that God tone up. 432, is this it? I kind of like the live channels, you know? I'm not trusting some of these sources they're giving me, but we got to get the good God frequency going on. 936, is this the move? Let's try it.
You can manifest anything and everything you might dream of if you get in harmony with how.
Yeah, this is my jam right here. Oh yeah, this is my channel here. Healing energy for soul, 432 hertz, destroy unconscious blockages, negativity, healing meditation music, binaural beats. I don't know if it's always the same song. I don't know. I think this channel always hits. Obviously, I should be involved in the chat, but we have some coding to do apparently. So oh yeah, Enya. Yeah, this is like this feels like Enya Light. Yeah. Ah, so chill. I wonder how the new Enya's so amazing. I wonder how her new music is. I'm sure it's great. I haven't listened to it in a while. See, we're kind of in tune, right, with our synth. We can just let this thing play out. Little overtone there. We kind of need to add a filter, and we will like actually make this sound good. I just like we got to get our circle going. So let's update this. Listen, we're back to original shape. Why is this so cut off? Let's see. So we're defining some of it in the HTML. So ID circle control. I wonder if there's some other properties, right? What is a mozo o depreciated? All right, we're not gonna have to worry about that. Okay, so I mean, we're defining all this other stuff here. I just, you know, let's try 40. Let's do this. Why must you forsake me? So it's getting cut off, right? Because I think it's getting cut off like a square, right? Because this rectangle, you know, it's bound into a rectangle, which makes this a little bit confusing. I'm new to Canvas. I think I GPT'd it a couple days ago. That's cool. You're good with CSS. For something like this, it probably wouldn't be too bad, right? You're just drawing shapes. I don't know if you have any tips for that, but yeah. But I'm like, why is this bound? Let's look at this rec again, right? Why do we need this, right? This is our click event. It's just not going to be precise because we're squaring a circle. And I guess I could just do an event listener within that circle as well, right? And that would be the same jam. And I do want to try just like, I'd like to get good with this. Can I only use... Is there a DOM circle method? Try answering that one, huh? Yeah, why is it even, do I even need this bounding rectangle? All right. Yeah, I think it's getting cut off here from this bounding client rectangle. So what I did is we made the width and the height match the radius for the entire canvas. So I think this is actually, so maybe this is actually cutting it off, because basically the canvas, I guess, is giving us a square and it's cutting off the edges. So I bet you if we did like, this is dumb, right? But I bet you if we did like +10 or something, you know, and looks like we're good, right? It clears it out. So maybe we want to draw the canvas in a different way, like you were kind of mentioning. The thing is, ultimately, it's like I want these clicks in here to be accurate, right? And they are so not accurate right now. So we should maybe have it generate some new code, because whatever we have right now is shit. I'm just playing, but it's not great. Okay, let's turn that off for a second. So let's figure out what we need to do. Okay. So we call this function getControlValue, right? And that's equal to the difference in x minus the width and y minus the height. And then it's normalized to whatever it is from the radius. And where do we set the radius here? 40. So the radius is always going to be the center point, right? Oh, rect is not defined. Okay. All right. So let's go down to rec here. Like, do we even need this shit? So each time the mouse down is, we set control of X and control Y. We pass that into getControlValue. And let's go to this definition. Where the hell is this at? And see, we're getting so mathy here. Jesus. So control value, we're getting the difference between X and the entire width, right? And the difference between Y and the entire height. And then we're dividing that by the overall value of the radius. And then here we're setting the range between -1 and 1. X is not defined. Okay. So is GPT saving the day here? Doesn't quite look like it. I always fuck up with destructuring. Maybe you're better at that, so let me just maybe explain that a little bit. The get control values function is expected to return an object with two properties, control X and control Y. These properties represent normalized and clamped controls based on the input coordinates. The normalization and clamping process is done within the get control function. The returned object is then deconstructed into two new variables, control X and control Y, using JavaScript objects destructuring syntax. This means that control X and control Y can now be used as standalone variables in the code that follows. Oh, sweet. No, let's check this out. Thank you. Oh, hell yeah. See, that's a beautiful circle right there. Hell yeah. Can I grab this from you? Is that cool? Can we maybe bring this in? Cool. Okay. So let's try this. So let's yeah, that's nice. I know the JS. Okay, so we have a lot to comment out. Okay, we don't need this. Clamping, I think we will probably need that, but we'll grab that later. We don't need this for now. Let's see. Okay, so let's turn that off. Oh, what the hell? We may, I'm having a little brain fog here. Let's get rid of all this. It's for kind of, maybe that's too much. Let's see. All right, no, that's good. That's good. Okay, so let's figure out what CSS this is referencing. So let's mute this real quick. Let's look at our folder structure. Let's go to our CSS. Let's make a new class. Let's do it down here. So what are we going to do here? So let's look at CodePen real quick. Okay, let's bring this in. I like that animation. That's cool with that bounce. I like that. So let's save that. Let's go back to our JSX. We'll keep our line breaks there. I mean, we could keep this canvas here too, although it's not doing anything now. So we're going to make a new div. And the class is circle. Let's save that. There we go. Yes, I want to do more of that, like you're saying, like passing some inline style stuff in there. I think that would be really cool. Is there anything? Yeah, is there? This is cool. So yeah, if on click it kind of grows or something, huh? Okay, so let's give this an ID too, right? Let's make this ID equal to circle synth. Save that. And let's go back to our JS, which everything is commented out. We got a lot of comments here, and so we have some event listeners we need, right? So let's get that element by ID, right? How would I target this as an event listener? Dude, thank you, Chat GPT. I mean, Copilot, you're wrong here, but I appreciate your help here, because now I will get element by ID, and we will target circle synth, right? And I mean, this is going to be pretty damn broken, right? We're not really controlling anything. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Okay, we got to close. Looks like it's mad at me here. Oh, you know what? We kind of killed our function, so that makes sense. Okay. We back? Uh-oh, I think I double killed it. So let's inspect this again. What did I do? What did we blow up? Class name. Yep, we should probably fix that. Although that's not our issue here. So let's go back to app.js. We just commented too much stuff out. Okay, I guess we're not really passing it any information right now, so let's do that. cool. Let's save that. Refresh. Okay. We still don't have our params yet. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, cool. On click. Hell yeah. Okay. Bounce, baby. Cool. I think that's very, yeah, I love that. I love that. We'll add that too. We'll get that on the circle as well. Now, because it's on click, I'll probably have to add some state to it as well. So let's just get this in here, though. I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going with this. Okay, we'll save again. Let's refresh. Good. Okay, and I think we'll have to add state here. Oh, I haven't added the JavaScript yet. Let me do that. So okay, so let's do this first. We don't need that right now. I guess we don't need this either right now, huh? This commented code. I should have just done a new branch, TBH. Okay. And then what are we actually calling this? This is circle synth, right? Do we do it by class? Get element by ID? Okay. So let's do circle synth. Let's save that. Let's load this up, show more. Let's click. There we go. There we go. Let me just, I'll give it a different, we'll just give it a slightly different color. Ooh, how about this kind of. Okay, explain this classlist.toggle to me. So that's going to toggle the animation on itself? Oh, so it's adding it. All right, so. Okay, get element by class name. So that'll toggle it on and off. Okay, so we're gonna, so on click, we're gonna run a function. And you're saying we can do... Can I just copy this code in here? Is this going to fuck it all up? No! What did I do here? Am I... All right, so on click, we are going to run a function, this dot toggle bound baby. Is that not right? Oh. I think let me know if this code looks right to you. I think something here is funky, right? So we're getting the element by ID. We're running this function. Oh, okay, here. Let me zoom in for you. I'm not sure if I copied exactly what you said. This dot classless. Yeah, tell me no, I didn't do this classless part. But I don't even know what that classless part does, right? Oh, there you go. Okay, so you told me everything right. We're toggling it now. Hell yeah. Love it. Looks great. But what does classless do here? I guess I could ask the GPT. I keep on having you try to do this in real time. It's the... Okay, so it has built-in methods. Okay. Very cool. Okay, that feels like that's great for interaction. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the pro tip. You've been a legend, Mickey. Thank you for hanging out today. Cool. Okay. That's fun. So okay, so we have that. Let's go back again too. So okay, so this is changing in size over time. But the bounding box is probably a max of 200 pixels, right? All right, so we need to maybe like get an event listener going here too. So we looked at our whole document. So let's add a flippin' event listener too. So what do we want to do with this event listener? So let's just, okay, so we have this kind of re-render going on here for use state. It's funny, so this YouTube song is repeating. It's still definitely the vibe. That was just the loop beginning again. It's not just this volume thing right here. Okay, so let's go back. So mouse down, we need to pass it a function. And what is the function we need to pass it? Well, first things first, let's just try doing it for our volume param here. And I know all this commented out stuff is completely wild and weird. But okay, so let's bring in this code. So we're getting volume param. So mouse down. What do we want? What function do we want to happen on mouse down? Let param Okay, let me take a look at this code. Thank you for sharing this. Let's check this out. Once more, Legend Mickey. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's get these circles bouncing. And how are we doing it here? Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're doing an array. Oh, this is, we're getting wild here. So we're getting element by class name circle, right? For each, so we're gonna create a shallow array. For each element on click, we are going to assign it the CSS class bounce baby. Cool, okay. See, I like how that's scalable, right? That's like, that's smart. I mean, you could kind of imagine, right? Like, look at our synth here. If each parameter is triggered by kind of a bouncing ball and maybe like follows the trajectory as it grows, right? Yeah, I know. I got to get out of the canvas. I listen to ChatGPT like an idiot. That's what happens. I listen to Copilot. Send me down the canvas path. No, I think this is awesome. Wouldn't that be cool? Like each one of these, maybe you can set the rate at which it kind of follows, like a heartbeat or something like that. That could be pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, and it feels like more organic, right? I think that's very cool. Thank you, Mickey. I appreciate it. So listen, what's going on here? All right, we're defining volume param here. So I should be able to, oh no, please come back. Please come back, code. What do we have? Cannot access device before initialization. All right, touche. Okay, so we haven't created the device yet, so this should be... I swear this worked last time, but Okay, let's try that. All right. I don't know what the hell I was doing wrong there. So it says it's not defined yet, but let's undo a few things. I don't, maybe I was getting a little ahead of myself. No. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my big head is in the way. Oh. When you try to move the browser and you move all of OBS at once, that's always cool. All right, so what's going on here? So we need to target these parameters again. And this code is getting pretty weird. We're gonna have to spend some time making this look a little better here because we have a lot of commented out things right now. So they're telling me this doesn't work. So what are we doing? Okay, so we're creating the audio context. That's what gives us audio. This is kind of different. This is affecting our CSS based on an HTML element that only loads on show more, right? That's what loads this circle. Dude, coming through. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Oh, cool. So we're getting different sizes each click around. Nice. See that? That's very cool. So imagine that we get kind of a randomness of the range in which we define. Oh, it's random speed. Okay. So yeah, the duration of the animation is going to switch based on random number. Cool. Okay. So imagine my vision for this. Let's just say we're doing something like this. A whole bunch of these. I mean, we could make a few. Let me look at some of your code for making multiples. Well, this should work with the same ID, right? Because it's just giving us a random number. So let's do like 3 of these, right? we have gone beyond the page. We've gone beyond the page here. Let's do maybe 2 for the time being. Okay, we're still losing that background. Let's go to our CSS. Color, background color. I don't even. Is it weird? Why? I don't know why it's not covering all of it. It's using the class circle. Okay, nice. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's only working for one because I guess it is because it's just duplicating the ID over there. Cool. Okay, so let's just get everything back. Okay, so we're back. We're back. And let's stick with, I got a little ahead of myself. Let's just stick with one circle for now. But let's I like this. Yeah, I can really imagine like a few of these. That's quite cool. I should just be able to throw this right in here, huh? Question is, could I use toggle here? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, so let's go here. Yeah, that's pretty neat, huh? That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. Okay, I love this. I love this. I think this is very cool. Very good inspiration. Okay, so let me see what we did here. So let's see. So we have a div, and then within that div, we have a couple more divs. That looks kind of gross. What's going on here? So we'll call this class name equals circles. And then let's do another div in here. And then this will be class name circle ID equal equal to circle. Let's go ahead and make a couple of these. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna check this one out here. Let me add this to my note real quick. One sec. So, where were we? And what the hell just went wrong? What the hell? Okay, there we go. Why can't I have a fucking div in my div? What's going on here? Okay, so we have our circles. Yeah, let's do 4. Let's do it. Okay, ID circles, class name circles, sounds good. Let's look at our CSS. I'll save that. Okay. That's hilarious. Look at that shit. Don't have multiple IDs of the same. Do these all have different IDs? Okay. You just copy and pasted a bunch in your code pen. So you're saying not to have the same IDs, but why are these all working kind of independently? I guess you're not targeting them by ID, are you? You're targeting them by class name. So I guess the ID doesn't matter, huh? Yeah, that's my middle name, bad HTML. This is awesome. Even this is fun though. I mean, they're fucking going wild here. I don't know what is going on, but I like it. Look at this animation. What is this? Oh, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty specific, right? Okay, so circles is kind of holding on to all of these. And did I save this? Bit of extra CSS. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Okay, so let's go to our CSS. Oh, that's what got them going side to side. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're using Flexbox. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's go to our circle, and then we have the circles class, which is holding all of it. And then for that, we will use that. There we go. Oh, hell yeah, we're a little oval now, baby. I love this. I love it. I think it's going to be kind of a cool instrument if we have it controlling the scale on the rate using keyframes to kind of control the parameters. I love that. Cool. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it a night. Mickey, thank you for hanging out. I know it's late in the UK. This has been legendary. I really appreciate it. Oh, it's a fixed width. Let's see. Do Should I... What if I do a gap like 50 pixels? Is that gonna... Huh, okay, now I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, okay. Cool, okay, so let's do 100. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my god. Look at that. I love that. Awesome. Okay, well, Mickey, thank you for chilling. Anyone else, thank you for tuning in too. Yeah, here Monday, Wednesday, and I really appreciate the help. This has been huge, and I'm excited to think more about this and how we may want to assign this to parameters. That was sweet. Thank you for the follow as well, Mickey. I appreciate that. Nice. We've had a lot of tunes going on today. And then highly recommend 432 hertz. So yeah, appreciate you for coming out. And yeah, we'll be back Wednesday night doing this Monday, Wednesday. And we'll see if I've made a little progress. I'd love to try to get some of this actually mapped on the synth. That would be awesome. So you've been a legend tonight. Thank you anyone for hanging out as well and on YouTube as well. So yeah, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by.